Welcome back. We are here with our 1450s recap, and so of course we'll be starting in 1450. So first, only people died this year. So Galileo Bennett died, and then Jacquette Bennett also died. There are like 5 people who died. Johnny the Zest the second also died. I think this was around the time that I was dealing with the save file stuff, so that was those people. But then, yes, Malcolm and Genevieve did die during the drama, so I'll explain that to you now. So first, we're here at the Heathcliff Landgrab house. Cassian has escaped from prison and comes to recruit his son in order to take over by killing Malcolm. And then also we rolled for everyone, so Genevieve unfortunately did not roll to survive, so she was killed. Martine rolled to survive, so she was just imprisoned. Randolph rolled to survive, so he escaped. So he has escaped to his relative's house in Windenburg. And then, of course, our family got together to figure out what to do and asked for help with Martine. El Rosaria and Odelgard became enemies. Cassian would not give Martine back to us, and we did finally get caught cheating by El Rosaria, so she was very, very unhappy with Thomas. So, next, in 1451, we have Tiffany was born, Tiffany Bennett, now Larkin. Frost Payne III became a young adult, along with Mirabelle Axtell. She also became a young adult, and Thomasina Smith, who is our last birthday. Our Thomas II did end up passing away, and Odelgard ended up getting pregnant with Thomas III. So then they had to tell El Rosaria that Odelgard was pregnant, and so she started showing, and people started finding out about it, and so El Rosaria kind of was trying to make her husband jealous by flirting a bit with Emil. And at the party, Thomas gave Odelgard an estate for her and their daughter. And at this party, Thomas did end up passing away, and then we had the funeral for him, so they were in mourning. And they had the memorial, and then finally Tiffany was born. So there she is right after being born. And also, since El Rosario was also pregnant at the time, she also had a baby who was baby Francesca. So Francesca was also born that year, a day after Tiffany. That brings us into the 1452 year. So we have Francesca finally going up into an infant, and the twins, Thomas and Dante, both aged up into children, looking pretty spiffy, those two. Very cute. As for deaths, we had many. So Bard Axtell II died, Sister Celestina Zest died, Milla Bennett died. Lots of people are dying because I just killed them because of the save file thing. So Nancy Heathcliff also died along with her sister Nazetta Payne, and also Raphael Payne died as well. As for drama this year, we had El Rosaria again trying to make Thomas jealous, and it was working. Thomas started learning about vampires and vampire lore. The ladies were having their ladies' parties, events, gossiping, having fun. El Rosaria and Thomas got a difficult dynamic during all of this, and Odelgard was trying to become accomplished so that she could stand with the rest of the family. We had the birthday parties, and El Rosaria teaching her children all of their stuff they need to know, and Thomas just hanging out with his kids and having good family bonding time. In 1453, we aged up Tiffany into a toddler along with Francesca. They both became toddlers. You can see I gave Francesca the wrong color outfit, I know. Jeremiah became a teen, and then we have 2 young adults. Osmi Payne became a young adult. She's gorgeous, look at her. And then Emil Smith II also became a young adult. As for deaths, we have Bard II Axtell, the father of the other Bard who died. We have brother Bartholomew Payne, who passed away. Dresden Zest. I really liked his style, to be honest. And then Cassian Heathcliff did roll to die. So Cassian, who was controlling the area, rolled to die. Felice got married to Emil, and then Papa got married to Frost. As for the drama, we have the sons. Thomas was working on his motor skills. We had the birthday party, so Tiffany's birthday was first, followed by Francesca's birthday. She looks real happy there. El Rosaria does. So finally, the affair culminated in a woohoo, along with Dante being creative. And then since she got pregnant from that woohoo, she had to tell Thomas finally. So there was that. Again, we have Feliz and Emil getting in love with each other, and since Cassian said he wouldn't approve of it, Feliz killed him. So, 1454, we have Ginevra being born and becoming an infant. We have Feliz becoming a young adult, and we have Jeremiah leaving to marry Mirabelle, take her last name, and get away from all the crazy. We also had plenty of parties and events, ladies' parties, and we have Thomas not getting along with Odelgard. We have Ginevra finally being born, and Thomas doing his archery stuff. Meanwhile, our elder Thomas met Vlad and learned more about vampires. In 1455, we have Catalina Payne was born and became an infant. Ginevra became a toddler, so she had a little blue bow. And Martine became a teenager. She's gorgeous, just like her mom. Cassian II became a young adult, and Odelgard ended up passing away. So how that happened was, at first, Odelgard started to not feel well. She told Thomas that she was sick and there was a problem. So Thomas quickly became a vampire so that he could try and save her. Here he is becoming a vampire, and then he tries to save Odelgard by turning her, but unfortunately on her reroll she was not successful, so she ended up passing away. Moving on to 1456, we have a few babies. We have Avice Smith, who has now become an infant, and along with Frost IV, who also is now an infant. Catalina Payne is now a toddler. And our Randolph, who escaped to Windenburg, is now a teenager, and he looks just like his mom. As for the drama, we are going to start by having Thomas doing the vampire family aspiration, where he turned Thomasina into a vampire. He talked with Odelgard's ghost. He turned Emil into a vampire. The twins became BFFs and friendship bracelet buddies. We also then have Thomas training Thomasina as part of his aspiration. We have Harvest Fest, which didn't exist at the time, but I never changed the holidays. And Adelaide knowing that Thomas became a vampire. In 1457, we have Fiora Payne was born and became an infant. Look how cute she is. And Helen Smith, also super cute. These kids, I swear. Then we have Frost IV, who became a toddler. And then we have Tiffany, who became a child. Look at her. She's gorgeous. And also Francesca, who became a child as well. As for the deaths, Avi Smith, who was born last year, passed away, along with Elra Axtell and Feliz Heathcliff. Both of the ladies who had gotten married the same year, Feliz and Papa, passed away in childbirth, actually. As for what they were doing, Thomas was still training his vampire babies, and we were working on the successful lineage aspiration at the time. Then Thomas and El Rosario are talking about letting go and having a mourning memorial for Odelgard. Then we had Tiffany's birthday, and for her birthday, we decided to include her in the Larkin family registry. She's now officially a part of the family. Then Francesca also aged up into a child, and El Rosario is continuing to have her kids be very smart and accomplished. In 1458, we have Emil III, who finally became an infant. He was born in the last one and killed his mother in childbirth. Madalena was also born, our little last child. Fiora became a toddler along with Helen. They both became toddlers. And we found out that vampire babies will kill human mothers, so that was not good. So Thomas talked to Odelgard for some help with that, and then ended up having to tell El Rosario the truth and turning her into a vampire so that she would survive Madalena's birth. So she ended up surviving by becoming a vampire, which brings us into 1459, where Emil III became a toddler. And our teenagers finally aged up. Look at that. Thomas and Dante, their heads look disproportionate to their bodies, but that's fine. So they're both good-looking boys. Emil II died in the sunlight by accident. El Rosario finally became a full-fledged vampire. Like I said, we had the twins having their birthday party. So there's Thomas, and then here is Dante. And they immediately started working on becoming accomplished young men so that they can get good marriages and all of that stuff. And the boys were also told the truth about their parents being vampires now that they're old enough to understand it. So that is everything that happened in the 1450s. I hope that you guys enjoyed this decade. It was so much fun, and I really had such a great time playing it, and I hope that we can continue to have such a great time. And I'm really excited about the future and, you know, working on the boys' marriages and introducing those stories and all of that fun stuff. So I think that it's going to be awesome, and I hope that you're excited. So I will catch you for the new decade in the next one.